Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Aviation Nation, coming out to you with the latest and the greatest. Today, we are going to be doing the FSXBlueAngels F-18. This F-18 is not like the default acceleration F-18, as in it uses better effects, and it's got a better flight model, and it's really, really cool. It does use the default F-18 virtual cockpit, however, it does have its own heads-up display that's brand new. Some of the buttons in the cockpit are clickable now. So here's some different views of it. I think the flight model is a little bit more detailed. I couldn't really tell between this and then the regular F-18. Here's it with everything out except for the spoilers, and then the spoiler comes out. So really cool, really good looking model. Very, very definitive. So there's the afterburners, and you got some smoke effects also. These afterburners are completely different for the FSX acceleration afterburners. There's just another picture of it just climbing out of the airport there. You'll notice the smoke effects too. I didn't realize F-18s had smoky engines, but yeah. If you want air show smoke, you got air show smoke. Obviously, this is the Blue Angels take on the F-18, so of course we're going to have some showness going on. Here's a close-up of the afterburner effects. You can see like the inside of the engine actually lights up, which is really cool. And then some turning going on. Next we'll hit some video segments. This is a video of just what the virtual cockpit looks like, of course. If you don't have acceleration, you will not be able to fly this aircraft because it does require the F-18 from acceleration. But like I said, it's not that bad. I don't think they touched up on the virtual cockpit. I think it looks the same. Maybe that's just me. I don't really know. And here's on the side here. You'll have to excuse. You can see like the parts of my actual computer. I did figure out how to hide that. I don't fly in the preferred mode. I fly in Windows mode because it's a lot easier for me to switch tasks and stuff. And of course, my recording software is Action. Very nice, very, very cool. I haven't paid for Action, so you can see the little Action thing at the top there, but there's some little maneuvers there. In this segment, I just wanted to show you the afterburner effects. You can see they kind of light up, and it's really cool, and it gets all hot, and it's so awesome. And then we're about to do a little loop there. You'll see my elevators kind of shudder, like right there. That's just because my yoke, I have a Cytec yoke that I was using to fly this thing, at least in this loop part. I also do have my Cytec ST290 Pro, an older flight stick that I use. I don't usually fly fighter jets, but you'll see a little bit of smoke coming out of the back too when we light it up again. Yep, there it goes. I will say I think the insides of the engines are also different, and maybe the engines themselves are a little bit different than the default F-18. But you will see the two lights in there. That's just because that's how it is. The speed brake, when you lift up the speed brake in the default, it's usually the same color as the texture. This one's red, which is really cool. Really cool to see that they kind of did the underneath of the spoilers just in case you're flying in a tailed mode. So that's pretty cool. Here's some maneuvers within the virtual cockpit. Now, like I said, I'm not a fighter pilot, so I don't exactly know how to do maneuvers and stuff correctly, I guess. I mean, it's just one of those planes you can go out and play with and have a good time. Very good for if you like the F-18, which a lot of people do. So, like I said, I don't know if of course this is all illegal, but I don't know if you're supposed to do a certain thing when you do a roll or an inverted roll. I don't do display or anything like that. I mostly fly big airliners, so. And then we're gonna swoop Swoop on down. There we go. Obviously illegal. Everyone in their houses are freaking out because we are doing some maneuvers aboard this F-18. Now, this airport here is a naval base. I don't remember the name. It's in Virginia. But that's why, Navy airplane, might as well fly it out of a Navy base. You will see also there's a static carrier right up ahead, and we do a little loop above that as well. You will see, of course, everyone is still screaming. There's an F-18 above us. It's wrecking all of our stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And then the people on this carrier, if there are, they're like, it's a nice day. Oh no, there's an F-18. Loop. And then we just a little bit overspeed, and the ground warning system was like, hey, you need to start climbing, buddy. This next video segment, of course, is just me landing. Now, I'm not the best at landing airplanes. It's difficult. And I'm certainly not the best at landing fighter jets. So, I don't know how you're supposed to land them. This is just me doing a manual visual approach on this runway here. I will have you notice that the runway lights will say that I'm a little bit too high, even though the positioning system on the F-18 says I'm too low. But I guess it's because it hasn't synced up with a runway, or I don't even know if it syncs up with the runway. I'm not a fighter jet pilot, so. But really cool coming into here. A little bit slow. I always freak out when I fly fighter jets because I always think I'm too slow when I land because they stall at a pretty high speed. I didn't do my research on this plane, so I don't really know anything about it other than it flies for a few different countries, which is pretty cool. I do make a pretty hard landing. I probably had a gear brake, but maybe not, because this thing is made to take in carrier landings, and those are difficult. So I tried my best. Not exactly the best. Lining it up was a bit difficult because this thing likes to go, it likes to kind of go up. That's what I noticed. And I did notice that my trim was leveled as well. This thing likes to go up. And there's that hard landing of doom there. Probably broke my gear, but that's beside the point. At least we managed to be able to stop. Which is cool, And the brakes are very powerful. The brakes are like you threw an anchor out the back of your F-18 and it finally snagged on itself. That's what it, I guess, feels like. I don't know. Really cool. And then you just take this little taxiway up here. I did land, and then I put the speed brake up. You're not supposed to do that, but I've just had a bad habit of doing that because I mostly fly airliners and stuff. So I land a plane and I'm just like, oh, spoilers. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not. So, but really cool, really cool. There's the outside there. If you notice that little thing there, that's actually a contrail coming off an AI aircraft. My AI aircraft are broken, so this is just showing all of the different textures. We got this really cool NASA texture here, and we have various naval and Marine Corps textures as well. Really cool, really cool. Combat textures, display textures. You do have all of the FSXBlueAngels. You got 1 through 6, of course. This package also comes with the paints and effects for the F-18D from the Captain Sim X load, which I do not have, so I could not show you the X load parts. But really, really cool. You know, I like the different colors that the naval outfits put on their F-18s. I always think it's really cool. So, golden dragons. That's kind of cool. This aggressor, I thought it was funny because this thing kind of looks like a flanker because it's got that little star on the tail there. I don't know anything about any of these outfits or what ships they are on or what they do specifically. Like there's a Marine Corps one. But, you know, really cool. I did try to put a downloaded texture that I got on Symbiation, and I tried to put it in this aircraft. So far, it hasn't worked, but it looks like you would be able to because it shares a similar model. But maybe not, you know. I don't know everything. It does also have some really cool training and test pilot things, liveries, I mean, which I always thought was kind of cool. And then you got these really cool two textures here, a combat and I think a display. I don't know how they view the color textures. You also have CF-18s, Canadians. We are represented. Yay! Mostly display textures and one combat texture, it looks like, unless if the colored tail thingies are actually combat textures. Then we have a bunch. Maybe they're considered low-res textures, for instance, but I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to leave me a freeware aircraft you want to see, go ahead and comment below. Bye-bye.